Okay, if you look, I mean, yeah, these are probably the ones we're going to wrap up with. So if you look at the Euro Aussie, this thing is at an all-time low. I mean, this is as weak as it gets. This is how weak the euro is versus the everything else. So that's why the move that we have about the dollar, you should be careful, keep it in mind, because this kind of capitulation that you see there, this tells you exactly what's happening, the true picture of what's happening in the euro. So, and something else I want you to, when you're trying to listen to some people talk about a currency as being strong or weak or whatever, you need to dissect this currency. So take a look at the Euro Aussie now. Take a look at the Euro CAD. Look at this, you're in a downtrend and moving kind of sideways. If you look at the Euro Yen, you can see a well-defined downtrend. If you look at the Euro USD, in a way it's still coming down, it's in a downtrend, we've broken through the structure. So you can see that everywhere all the crosses we're going about that the euro is kind of weak at. And if we come to the euro pound, it's actually kind of a sideways move. It's actually not going anywhere. And what all this says to you is that the euro and the pound are inherently weak. Because even though we're getting major trending move in all the other pairs, in those two, this thing is moving in a sideways in a very narrow range between 85 and 90. So between 5 basis points, this thing has been doing it. Therefore, again, we need to you just can't help yourself, Andy, huh? Flag up or down? Yes, it's a huge flag. Yeah. So again, so looking at that, you can see that there is an inherent weakness in the euro and an inherent weakness in the pound, and therefore they need to be the less. So let's look at the Euro Aussie. This is the sell-off that we have. Again, what I'm not happy about is this, we're closing near the low of the day. It is quite a capitulation right there. So for us to go short and to continue in the same direction, we need evidence that it will. So I will only take it short below the 134.11. So if it takes out the low of the day, this is where I'm going to short it, not before. Okay, so this gives us a clearer picture on the short side. And I do have a structural short. That is my structural short right there, 132.27. So if it takes the same thing, if it takes the low of the day, we're going to go short, and we're going to look for a test of the 132. On the long side, I need the only entry that I have on the long side if it takes above the prior day's low, which is right there. If it gets above the 136.46, that's my buying point, and if it does, this here is my structure point, which is the 136.47. So with that, when we have some big explosive moves like this, our entry and into the trade usually becomes relatively easy. So our Euro Aussie, we're going to do it this way. We're going to buy it above 134.626, and my structure long is the 136. I have it here 58, so I guess I'll leave it the way. 46471. Okay, sometimes we have different data feeds, so they change a little bit. And on the short side, I'm going to go short below 134.10. And if I do my structure, short is the 132.27. And if I do go, we'll pick up the stops now. If I do go short below 134.10, I have to place my stop above the market side, which is going to be the 134.444. And if I go long above the 134.62, I'm going to use the same stop for both of them. Okay. Alright, so let's do the we're going to buy the Euro Aussie about, if it goes above 134, if it goes above the 134, what's CK long stop, Brunel? What you saying? Type with the wrong top. Okay. All right. Good. Okay. So in the I'm going to use the same stop. Okay. Thanks, Klein. I missed the 3. Thank you, guys. Okay. So we are going to buy the Euro Aussie above 134.62. Our structural long is 136, so it's 47, and our stop is going to be the 130. I'm going to use the same entry as my stop, and on the short side I'm going to go short below 134.10, and my structure short is the 132.22, and my stop again is the 134.47. Okay, that is the Euro Aussie.